And we are back with the third segment of the GSMC Basketball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. And in this third segment, we are going to be talking about the Lakers game, and because a lot of stuff was happening in this Lakers game, and a lot of stuff didn't really have to do much with the game, actually. So I'll elaborate a little bit more on what that means. So at the start of the fourth quarter, Golden State's shot clock refreshed to 24. When it only had 8 seconds left, Kobe Bryant, and it essentially was handing the Golden State Warriors a 40-second shot clock. And the final 2 minutes of the Lakers game, this is no joke. The final 2 minutes of the Lakers game elapsed to 23 minutes in real time. Just because the shot clock wasn't working in this game. And there was another stat going in. 19 minutes were elapsed in the final 15 seconds of clock. That is really bad shot clock management. And I watched it live. That was really, really weird to see, because it was like, okay, when is the game going to start? Okay, there's a few seconds left. When's this game going to continue? And it just would never, ever continue. And it's really I don't know how you could mess up that badly, just going in, messing up the shot clock. I don't know, and it's kind of ironic how the shot clock added, it started from, added 24, even though it was supposed to be 8, like Kobe Bryant, R.I.P. But going on into just something a little bit interesting that was going on about that game, and that was really the big story that came out of that game. And it was even bigger of a story than Anthony Davis going down with an injury. That barely got talked about much after the game, in comparison to the shot clock having an error. So I'm just going to go ahead and look at Anthony Davis and his injury status, just to see how it's updated, because this game, it did happen on Saturday, so any updates could be going around. But so he has an eye ailment, and he suffered it going against the Warriors. He only played 16 minutes, and he left in the second quarter. And once Anthony Davis goes out, usually the Lakers go out. When Anthony Davis is not on the roster, the Lakers end up losing a lot of the games. And part of that is because of Anthony Davis's elite rim protection. Definitely not because of his inconsistencies on offense, but mainly the rim protection. Without AD, the Lakers do not have a solid rim protector. And that was the big problem. That was the biggest trend of this game. The Warriors were basically getting any look that they wanted inside the paint with absolute ease. And if Anthony Davis was there, he'd be able to sort of disrupt the team and prevent them from taking those type of easy inside looks. And if Anthony Davis continues to get injured or continues to miss a lot of time, this might cost the Lakers season. Now, if you guys do, I'm not really sure if a lot of you remember, but in 2021, when the Lakers lost in the first round, the first time ever in LeBron's career that he ended up losing in the first round, they were up 2-1 in that series going up against Phoenix. However, Anthony Davis goes down with an injury. And then once Anthony Davis went down with an injury, the Lakers just couldn't do anything to come back and make a statement in that series. They just couldn't. And it's every single time Anthony Davis goes out. And it really infuriated me, because that was a great game. LeBron going up against Curry. That is peak cinema for basketball. Regardless of how you look at it, they've matched up against each other 4 straight years in the finals. Peak cinema, especially now when they're going up against each other. I'm looking at the stats that they average when they go against each other this season. This season, LeBron James. Actually, you know what? We'll just go over Steph Curry stats first. Steph Curry averages 38 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, on 49, 39, 88% shooting, on 61 true shooting when going up against LeBron. Obviously, these are really, really good numbers. But then you look at LeBron's numbers. 38 points per game, 14 rebounds, 11 assists, and I'm going down because I'm talking like I'm going into my mic. 11 assists. 11 on 60, 56, and 93% from the field. On 70% true shooting. Literally every single stat, even shooting, is better than Steph Curry's. And they still lost in this game. But I just wanted to say that because that is just more proof to every single Curry fan out there that he'll never be better than LeBron, no matter how badly you want him to be. Like, that just needs to be known. People will say that Steph Curry is over LeBron because he's beaten him in 3 finals. No, he is not. And he will never be better than LeBron. I refuse to hear anyone say that Steph Curry is better than LeBron because that is just not true. He'll never be better than LeBron. Now, moving on, I'm going to pull up the box scores of this game because I know LeBron had 40 points. So, another game where LeBron has 40 points and still ends up losing. And this is how many years now? How many years has he been in the NBA? This has been going on since he was a toddler, since he was 18 years old. He's been needing to carry this sorry organization and any organization that he's been a part of. And every single time he drops 40 points, he ends up losing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing as a team because look at the box scores: 49-8. They're wasting a peak LeBron with play-in spots. They're wasting a peak LeBron with play-in spots. He is not play-in material. He is playoff material, and we know this. And looking at Steph Curry's numbers, he ended the game with 31 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Not bad whatsoever. Klay Thompson finally showed up in the shooting, scoring 26 points. And looking at the field goal percentage, Steph Curry, he shot 12 of 24 from the field, so 50%. Only 30% from 3, however. Obviously, like when you compare that to LeBron James, that's just nothing. And looking at the box scores, D'Angelo Russell ended the game with 23 points, 13 assists. He did not shoot the ball very well, which was the downfall of this team. D'Angelo Russell, 9 for 21 from the field, 3 of 10 from 3. If he would have hit a couple more shots, they would have ended up winning this game. And obviously, if Anthony Davis was in this game, then the Lakers would have for sure won this game. Because they were missing Anthony Davis's scoring production along with his defense that he brings to the table. Roy Hachimura ended the game 7 of 10 from the field. Austin Reeves ended the game 4 of 13 from the field with 11 points. But yeah, he's apparently all-star material according to a lot of you guys as fans. I have no idea why people think he's all-star material whatsoever. Now, Spencer Dinwiddie, he finally had a good game under the Lakers, that I've seen. He shot perfect from the field, 7 points. Again, nothing like how he was on Brooklyn, but still, if you don't miss a shot and you get 7 points, you can't really be mad at that. You really can't be mad at the fact that he did not miss a shot. Now, again, the team is just not where it needs to be right now. They shot very well from the field, but that was mainly because of LeBron James himself. It's really, really difficult. And the fact that Anthony Davis was leading in some of these players in scoring, there were 4 players that ended up scoring less or just as many points as Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis only played 12 minutes. That is not ideal. If you're the Lakers, you need to give this man help. Now, on the Warriors side, Steph Curry has all the help he could possibly ask for on the team. Draymond Green ended the game with 6 points, but he also ended with 12 rebounds and 13 assists, and that's the value that I've always been talking about with Draymond Green. He always brings something else to the table when their offense is either lacking or when he can't do much on the offense. They always bring something else to the table. Now, other than Jonathan Kuminga, who's been very consistent with 23 points, there wasn't really many standouts for the Warriors in their scoring. I mean, Andrew Wiggins, he ended the game with 16 points, but he shot 7 of 17 from the field. So, not really sure if I want to count that as a good enough performance. But I digress. So, but this is clearly, before I just want to wrap up this segment, this is a clear-cut problem that the Lakers have. They just waste LeBron James' performances. They can't win without Anthony Davis and his defense. And they're as a team, they're just mediocre. Those are my closing thoughts on this Lakers team. They're going to go as far as LeBron can take them and as Anthony Davis can take them. But it is strictly going to be LeBron and Anthony Davis. And the role players, they're going to do their part. Hopefully they're going to do their part. I don't know. It's LeBron's team, and the role players never really do their part on LeBron's team. So it's going to be down to LeBron. It's going to be down to them. Like how it is every single year, and how much pressure they can put on the opposing team and how much pressure they can take off of their own teammates as well. But that's just me. I mean, they won the in-season tournament, which is starting to look a lot more like a fluke and not something to be taken that seriously. But they have shown that they can turn it on and off. And that's the only thing that they really have going for them. But with that, we are out of time for this third segment. So now I'm going to go into the fourth segment where I do a quick recap of the most important games that ended up happening this weekend. And there is one game in particular that I do want to talk about that happened yesterday, and I'm sure you guys know exactly what game that was. So I will be right back after this short break.